How you doing, YouTube? Okay, so this here dirty, ugly looking thing is the carburetor for the ct70. So I gotta clean it. Well, I could use some harsh chemicals and to clean it up, and to be honest with you, it wouldn't come out that clean. I mean, it would clean it up, but not the way I want it. And there would probably still be a bunch of varnish in the float bowl, and anyway, it just wouldn't be to my liking. Now I tried this a few on my other ct70 is soda blasting using baking soda, and it worked wonders. And what's great about it is that you're not using a harmful chemical. Baking soda is what you use, or I use anyway. And I just do it outside, and when I'm all done, just take the hose and it washes away, and it doesn't hurt the environment or nothing. So I think it's way better than using some, those carb cleaners or whatnot, because the liquid itself is very unfriendly to the environment, and it's hard to dispose of. So anyway, I'm just showing you what it looks like, and then when I'm done soda blasting, I will show you what the results are. Okay, so as you can tell, cleans it up really good. Nice and clean. The side. Perfect. Here's the underneath of the bowl, right? Remember how dirty that was? Nice and clean. Now my next step is going to clean the inside. This here. And this is where the soda blasting is really good. Cleans all that stuff out. I'm going to leave the jets in there and whatnot, so that it's easier for me to clean the outside, and then I'll clean the inside afterwards. Okay, all done the soda blasting. Inside the carb, nice and clean. The outside, nice and clean. And here's the float bowl, nice and clean, and on the outside too. Now my next step is to clean the jets and whatnot. So I've blown some air through them. I tried the soda blasting through the little holes, and I'm not too sure if that's going to do the trick. Kind of looked at them through the light, through the little hole in the middle. They seem to be a little bit dirty. So these ones, I'm going to have to sit them in carb cleaner overnight, just to soften up the stuff that's in there, and then blow them out in the morning. Okay, so before I call this a day here, there's one more thing I want to do that I've done to my other ct70. Some may agree, some may not, but I did it. Okay, so you'll notice on the bottom of your carburetor, this is the float part, right here, you've got another needle, or, well, actually what it is a drain. So there is a screw that goes in there, and it's long and tapered, like a needle at the end, and here's the drain hole right there. See if I can show it to you guys here. Yeah. Right there, little hole. And what you do if you want to clean your car, I guess if you want to take your carburetor off and you don't want to get gas all over the place, you open this up and it drains from there. Of course, you shut off your gas first, and you open it up right here, and since this is low here, it drains the bowl, and that's it. Now, like this one and the other bike, I don't have that little long screw. I could buy it, but I just find this is kind of useless. So what I did to the other bike, and I'm going to do the same thing to this one, is I mixed up some JB Weld, and I just packed it into that hole right there, flush. And it worked. Doesn't leak anymore, because what was happening with me was that I had the other one, and it was just leaking all the time, always weeping from here. The seal was gone, or it wasn't seating properly. So to resolve that issue, that's what I did. I just mixed up some JB Weld, and I put it in there, packed it in, and right in that hole, and that solved my problem. It's a permanent fix, so if you ever decide to to have it completely stock where you can drain it from the side, you won't be able to. You have to get another carburetor, okay? Okay, I haven't mentioned yet how I did my soda blasting. Very simple. It's all over the internet. I just copied it from somebody else. I took this container, I put baking soda in it, took the cap part, I drilled 2 holes. One hole big enough to fit this plastic line through, and another hole right there beside it so I can pull in air. Plastic tube goes all down to the bottom into the baking soda. The line here, you make a slit right there on the side, and you take a blaster, like a de-air blaster. Got one here. I'll show you in a second. There you go. One of these right here. So you take the tip, you put it inside the plastic part. Right here, I made a slit, put it in. So it's like this inside. So when you push and it pushes air, it does a reverse inside this here, and it actually pulls down, and it pulls the baking soda right through. It's all over the internet. It's probably a way better explanation here on the internet than I'm giving right now, but it works for me to clean the carburetor like this, and I showed you pictures before what it looked like. So all this nice and clean. It took about 2 boxes of baking soda. I mean, it does waste a bit, but you know, it's cheap. It didn't cost me anything to build this. It's all stuff I had laying around the garage. And baking soda at the market, it's pretty cheap. So, and it's biodegradable, and it washes away, and you don't have to clean it up. You just hose it down, hose it away, and that's it. That's it for my carburetor. It's all clean. I'm just letting the jets and everything sit in some cleaner. I'll blow them out tomorrow morning, and I'll put the carburetor back together. And I'll have to go to the hardware store to pick up bolt for this end here for the drain, and I've got the JB weld in there right now. It's drying. I'll need some screws for the filter, that little screen filter that goes on the side here of the oops, sorry, wrong part, but on the side of the float bowl right here. I'll have to order the gasket and the screen, but in the meantime I can get the little screws that go here. And that's okay. So carburetor's all cleaned up, as you can tell, just like new, nice and clean, no grease, nothing. And that's just by using baking soda. Make your own baking soda blaster, so it doesn't scratch, pit, or nothing. You need like nice clean surface. So when it comes to cleaning carburetors, I highly recommend you do this because it does a good job. You don't have to use harmful chemicals.